Hello everyone, it's Nick here. Hope you are well, and so starts another week, another Monday. And yes, what I want to talk to you about this time, well, you might have heard it a bit in the news about Article 11 and Article 13. There's been a lot of scaremongering, so I just want to touch briefly on that from what I know. But although the bill's been passed, it is at quite an early stage. So what's it all about then? Well, this is just the basics of it really. I won't go too in depth, but Article 11 concerns the links. So essentially, the idea is, at the moment you can post links to anything, in particular news sites. The idea is, if you post a link to a news site, like a hyperlink, at the moment it might give you a couple of words of that site, and they've involved that in like copyright, that they're actually showing some of the work. I know, stupid. So you'd have to buy a license to be able to do those links. It's a bit weird, isn't it? So everyone's up in arms about that. Why should that be the case? So yeah, so people will not be able to link to news sites unless they actually buy a license. So already you can see that major news, major sites like Facebook and Twitter will probably buy that license begrudgingly, but small-time players won't be able to, because it would be not cost-effective to do so. So you get less choice, and then a monopoly builds up where the only way you can get your news and stories is of main sites, because the others just can't link to it. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it, really? I'd imagine the news sites don't want this law coming in, because they are... like the way the internet works, it's all about traffic and direction traffic. If they've got thousands of bloggers and people directing traffic to them that no longer can do, it's a right pain in the bum. Now, they could grant everyone a license to link, but what about the admin there? It just gets stupider and stupider. The EU bureaucrats that have put this in obviously don't understand how the internet works. It's rather dependent on traffic. That's how the internet economy survives. Basically, traffic goes to certain sites, then advertisers, because they know the traffic is there, pay for positions and their adverts on the sites. They produce money, and therefore the sites can continue, they can improve their site and pay their workers and keep going. Now, with only a much reduced amount of traffic going through, advertisers might think second of it and think about other things, and then the internet slowly dies. So it's a bit of a peculiar move from EU bureaucrats that don't really understand the internet at all. That's what I think. And that is just Article 11, and that's the smaller one of the two. Article 13 has been dubbed the meme killer. Essentially, now you're not going to believe this, but essentially it's to do with copyright, and at the moment there's a fair use policy. Let's go over here where there's not so much light in my eyes. Now at the moment, fair use policy, although not perfect, via YouTube and other sites you can use pieces of video, so short clips from movies, but very short clips to emphasise one of your points there. You can use music as long as it's significantly remixed, so you can't upload someone else's work. It has to be vaguely, well, a lot different. There are some people that abuse it, that just change the speed or the pitch slightly. That's not allowed. But yeah, so this Article 13 is really addressing, well, taking away fair use, I would say, but it's a bit like a sledgehammer to crack a nut. So when everything is finalised, in theory, you will no longer be able to use any images that you have not created yourself, even if you've got permission, I think, or some crazy special licence. Yes, it's wholly unenforceable. Who's going to monitor that? So any memes, any video, so you look at those reaction videos. I did a couple where I looked at old movie trailers. I wouldn't be able to do them anymore. They've been caught. I only done 2, so it wasn't like it was in a massive series or anything, but you would not be able to do those. You wouldn't be able to show any trailers, any clips, any news items, any photos for any websites. So how are you supposed to talk about anything in any blogs or on YouTube? It's sort of like destroying creativity dead, really, if it comes to pass as it is at the moment. But I'm not overly worried, because I think they've got to see sense. It'll just, internet will be a very grey place if it does all come in, like it is. I mean, if this does get passed in the form it is at the moment, the internet tends to revolt. So you can imagine if you say you can't have any memes anymore, there's going to be absolutely tens and tens of thousands of memes suddenly go up on all different sites constantly in a war. I think the internet might explode. They definitely need to rethink this. How do you review a movie if you can't show any images of the movie, or any clips, or anything? You just have to talk about it, but can't show any imagery, otherwise the video could be deleted, or claimed by some other outlet who don't really want to claim it. It's all automatic, so they get the money for the video. Is this a bit silly, or is it just me? Movie studios would want people to promote the movie, give it good reviews. So those channels that got millions of subscribers think, oh yeah, such and such this is a good film, I'm going to go and watch it. But they can't show any clips. Maybe they just have to do stick people. Can you imagine trying to look at Game of Thrones or Terminator 2 with stick people in the background? Artist impression, that's what they do in court, don't they? To my knowledge, this doesn't affect gameplay at all as of yet, but you know, EU. Just waiting for more news to come about as they discuss it, but at the moment it doesn't look particularly good. Yeah, I just don't know what's going to happen. You don't want a YouTube in particular where it's just free channels giving you all your news. You want hundreds to choose from, and that's what it is at the moment. Thousands and thousands of people you look at. Now, if I have to buy a license to review PlayStation games, that could be out. I mean, retro games should be okay, but who knows? Who knows? And the main problem really is if it does get passed in the form it is at the moment, YouTube's going to have to design an algorithm to try and sort it out, as all major people are. That's too tough. Can you imagine having to design an algorithm that knows every copyrighted image, knows every film, knows every type of music? There's going to be errors, isn't there? It's going to clock videos that shouldn't be clocked. It's going to delete stuff that shouldn't be deleted. It's going to block stuff that shouldn't be blocked. I mean, will you be able to appeal it? There won't be enough people to working at YouTube to sort that out. So I'm not really worried at the moment. Article 11, Article 13. I think they're going to have to try and rework it because, as I say, don't get me wrong, I agree 100% with if you're an artist and you want to get paid and someone else is using your work, you won't get that money. I agree with that. You're probably missing a big chunk of your income. What I don't agree with is links, Article 11, where you can just see 2 words of a site and have to buy a license, otherwise you're infringement of some sort of copyright. What I don't like as well, if someone's gone through a heavily remixed a song, so it's nothing like the original at all, they still have to pay, or they can't monetize that. Just put in so if there was a Star Wars film, a Star Wars clip, and I put one still up from that, presumably that would not be allowed either. It just stops creativity and it completely kills news reporting, reaction videos, memes and everything really. But still a long way to go in the negotiations, so we'll see what happens, but you have to move with the times. EU have dropped the ball again. Don't really understand how it works in my humble opinion. So if you've got any thoughts about that, then please put that below. But that's just very briefly, I could have gone in a lot deeper, that's very briefly what Article 11 and Article 13 are about. Article 11 in particular links, Article 13 images and copyright and using other people's work, even if it's just a picture. So better get back to base. Monday, well we've done Monday now haven't we, so I'll see you later on.